Yo, what up, what's going on, man? Salute to everybody tuning into the channel. It's your boy Acito. Man, I want to talk about there's a lot of controversy going on in media right now with Amanda Seales and the interview that she had on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp. Very insightful interview in my personal opinion. It's about 3 hours long. I was actually listening to the interview while I was working. I was seeing all like the headlines, you know, the issues she had with Issa Rae. She also, I believe, touched on, you know, the controversy she had with what's the guy's name? Damn, pardon me, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's a very familiar figure. I believe he might be in sports or entertainment, but I saw the actual clip where Amanda went on live and basically said that this guy sexually assaults women. She didn't have any physical proof, but she jumped out the window and basically took it upon herself to warn women that if you encounter this man or come around this man, this is the potential, you know, risk that you're putting yourself in. You know, I thought that was fucking crazy. A lot of people didn't forgive her for that. I didn't see any publicly like apology for that specific situation, but she did touch on a little bit in the Shannon Sharp interview where she was pretty much, she had an excuse where I guess she said she was pinned. I guess she said she felt pinned up against the wall, or I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird because her addressing that, making that statement, it wasn't like you were on the radio or you were live doing an interview on a platform, like you were on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was a situation where maybe somebody put something in the comment section and you felt compelled to say something. But that's really like the only situation that I saw from Amanda that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. When I speak to people, you know, just friends and things of that nature, or even just like people in the industry, a lot of people will, the most common, you know, perception of her is she's a mean person and she doesn't like black men. So she really touched on that, you know what I'm saying? And she really broke down very, first of all, let me just say she speaks very eloquently. She's very smart, very intelligent. She's really good at picking her words when she's telling a story or when she's explaining something. Amanda strikes me as a woman that I like. If she was like my teacher or something like that, like I feel like she's a very great speaker, and I think that's why she excelled so well in like radio and, you know, podcasts and things of that nature. You know, she's a very great speaker. But in the Shannon Sharp interview, I first of all, shout out to Shannon Sharp because he's definitely creating a safe place for these entertainers, athletes, rappers, singers, you know, to come on the platform and be vulnerable and really like tell their story, you know. And she pretty much, you know, talked about, you know, her upbringing, you know, mom's single parent, you know, Caribbean descent, lived in, I believe she lived in Orlando, Florida. You know, she, at a young age, you know, she was in, you know, the business, you know, the entertainment business as far as TV, television, performing arts and things of that nature. But she just, you know, she was really talking about how, you know, she had like the struggles, you know, as a child and then growing up as, you know, an adult, having like some type of, you know, autism disorder. I can't remember verbatim the actual term, but, you know, she definitely suffers from some type of mental illness, you know. And when I say mental illness, I'm not saying like, you know, like she's like handicapped or something like that. You know, I'm just saying like from a clinical, like mental, you know, point of view, you know, she's not, she processes things different from the average human being. And I feel like we all have some form of fashion where, you know, we may process things differently than the average or normal, you know, human being. But, you know, based on the perceptions, you know, of what I heard about her and then listening to the interview and hearing her speak and even looking at how she would handle certain disagreements, you know, that she would have with Shannon in the actual interview, you know, it really taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? It really opened my mind up to not, you know, misjudge, you know, certain people in certain situations, even when they may look a certain way or may sound a certain way. You know, you never know what the backstory is, you know, for that individual. But I really do firmly agree that she's very misunderstood. I also, you know, feel she suffered, you know, some trauma, you know, in her life. And I don't think she really put everything on the forefront. But, you know, as far as racism, sexism, you know, she's definitely experienced those things from a young age all the way up until an adult. And, you know, people process those things differently. You know, some people process those things differently. But I'm not going to act like she didn't contribute because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, like I came across her from the music field. You know, I remember her being on MTV. I remember her being on the radio on Sirius Radio. You know what I'm saying? And I remember her like doing like really great interviews with like artists and stuff like that, and her giving her perspective as far as on music. Like I feel like she's very intelligently informed when it comes to just music all across the board, especially when it comes to hip hop. You know, so I really like, for me, like I just love hearing like women's point of view when it comes to like hip hop, music, fashion, things of that nature. Like I feel like women have great taste, just period. Women have great taste, you know, and they can really identify when something is hot or something is not. You know what I'm saying? So I really always appreciated her perspective when it comes to the music aspect of things. But I do feel like, you know, because a lot of times people won't take the time to really listen or fully like do their research, you know, before they see an actual clip, they're going to run with whatever, you know, viral, you know, piece of information that's out there. They're going to run with that and they're going to stick to that. And that's going to be their perception of it. You know, and unfortunately, I feel like she falls victim to that a lot, you know, and she's very blunt, man. I ain't gonna lie, like Amanda Seales really reminds me of my mom, my stepmom. You know, my stepmom, you know, beautiful, you know, very outspoken, you know, gonna tell it how it is, gonna speak her mind. It may come off a little harsh sometimes, but it's coming from a genuine place. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why part of me kind of relates to her, and it kind of can understand her personality and how, you know, not how, but why she is the way she is and why she processed certain things the way she processed them, you know. And I thought it was very unfortunate with the Insecure situation, you know, with Issa Rae too. Like that whole situation with the Oscars party, how she was Issa Rae's assistant was like pretty much just on some hating shit and trying to get her kicked out of the party when she had a fucking billboard, a big ass billboard in fucking LA. You know what I'm saying? For a TV show that she was on. She was running in. She was actually personally invited to the Oscars party. And when she got turned away, every time she went, you know, to leave, somebody would stop her and say, hey, where you going? Nah, you coming in here. So she told that whole story, and that shit was crazy. And, you know, hopefully Issa Rae, you know, will come forward and give, you know, her perspective on how that situation kind of panned out, because that's very unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Very unfortunate. You know, she, I don't know. It's a great interview, man. I really think, you know, a lot of guys, I would say a lot of guys that I speak to don't really find, you know, too appealing of her, you know, just because of, like I said, the stigma and, you know, the perception that she has in the public. You know what I'm saying? For, you know, the statement that she made on the guy, and just overall, you know, they say her attitude, or whatever the case may be. But if you could put all that aside, yo, I'm telling you, watch the full interview. I'm telling you, watch the full interview. And I'm pretty sure you'll walk away. You might slightly kind of feel the same, but you'll have a more respectable perspective of her and be like, you know what? Okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my personal opinion. But let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all checked out the Shannon Sharp interview, let me know what you guys think of it. You know, me personally, I think that She actually has a tour coming up right now. I think she's actually coming to Baltimore, because I didn't even know she was a comic. I didn't even know she did stand-up comedy. Like, this woman really is a jack of all trades, bro. Like, she sings, journalist, radio, podcast, stand-up comedian, educator. Like, jack of all trades, bro. Jack of all trades. I might actually go check her out in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, like, people like that, you know what I'm saying? You kind of want to see for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to check her out. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section of that. How do you guys feel about Amanda Seales? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all social media platforms at AceIsWorking. It's your boy Acito. I'm out. Peace.